Welcome to HD Rare Coins 111, the place where history meets treasure. Here, every coin tells a story, from the oldest United States classics that shaped our past to the newest rare discoveries that amaze collectors today. If you love the thrill of uncovering hidden value, exploring the beauty of design, and learning the secrets behind coins worth fortunes, then you're in the right place. Join us as we dive deep into the world of rare U.S. coins, both old and new, and reveal the fascinating details that make them priceless. Top 1. In the year 1980, the United States Mint released a coin that seemed ordinary at first glance, a simple Lincoln 1-cent penny. But what if I told you that within the millions of pennies produced that year, a few rare pieces have become treasures worth thousands? Today, we're diving deep into the story of the 1980 Lincoln penny, a coin that has captured the hearts of collectors all around the world. The Lincoln cent has been part of American history since 1909, when it was first issued to honor the 100th birthday of President Abraham Lincoln. Designed by Victor David Brenner, the coin carries a legacy of patriotism, perseverance, and timeless artistry. By 1980, the design had already become a familiar sight in everyone's pocket change, but hidden among those everyday coins, something remarkable was happening. The 1980 penny was minted during a time of great transition in U.S. coinage. The country was facing rising metal costs, inflation, and evolving minting technology. As a result, even the tiniest imperfections in coins from that year can turn them into collector's gold. Some rare 1980 Lincoln pennies carry minting errors that have transformed them from simple copper pieces into coveted collectibles. When you hold a 1980 Lincoln penny in your hand, you're not just holding a coin, you're holding a piece of America's story. The obverse features Abraham Lincoln's dignified profile, his face symbolizing strength and unity through decades of change. On the reverse side, the stately Lincoln Memorial stands proudly, representing freedom and democracy at its core. The Philadelphia Mint, the Denver Mint, and the San Francisco Mint all produced pennies in 1980. Most coins were struck in large numbers, but the tiny variations between mints make certain examples special. The D mint mark from Denver and the S proof mark from San Francisco often attract collectors searching for perfect strikes or mirror-like finishes. One reason the 1980 Lincoln penny remains so fascinating is the precision of its copper composition. Each coin was made of 95% copper and 5% zinc, a composition that would change just 2 years later. In 1982, the mint began producing pennies primarily made of zinc, coated with copper, marking the end of an era for solid copper cents. Because of this change, collectors view the 1980 penny as one of the last true copper coins, adding sentimental and historical value to its appeal. If you've got one that's been carefully preserved, you may already be holding a potential treasure. The key to determining a penny's true worth lies in its condition. Coins in mint state, meaning they've never been circulated or damaged, command higher prices. These coins often show sharp details, a rich reddish luster, and no scratches from handling or use. Some 1980 pennies have been discovered with fascinating minting errors. Double dies, off-center strikes, and die cracks are among the most valuable. A double die error, where the design appears slightly duplicated, can make a penny stand out instantly. Collectors also pay close attention to the wide AM and close AM variations on Lincoln cents from this period. Though these particular variations are more famous in later years, some subtle spacing differences in 1980 pennies have been known to intrigue experts. What truly drives the excitement for the 1980 Lincoln penny is the hunt. Every coin collector dreams of finding a piece that others have overlooked. A small copper coin that holds enormous value simply because of a rare flaw or perfect preservation. When a 1980 penny in flawless condition appears at an auction, the bidding can be fierce. Collectors know these pieces are not just metal, they are time capsules of American minting excellence. One story tells of a collector who found a 1980 penny with an unusual double strike error. What seemed like an ordinary coin from a jar turned out to be worth thousands. That discovery reignited public curiosity about coins hiding in plain sight. Another fascinating aspect of the 1980 Lincoln penny is its role in bridging two generations of coinage. It carries the legacy of the early 20th century while ushering in the technological advancements of the modern minting era. Lincoln's portrait on the obverse is not just art, it's a symbol of American endurance. His gaze toward the future reminds us of how coins, though small, carry stories of resilience and national pride. The reverse design, with the Lincoln Memorial, holds a subtle secret. If you look closely with a magnifying glass, you can even see the statue of Lincoln inside the memorial. This detail, often unnoticed by the naked eye, showcases the incredible craftsmanship behind these tiny works of art. Collectors and enthusiasts often grade 1980 Lincoln pennies on a scale from poor, P1, to mint state, MS 70. The higher the grade, the more stunning and valuable the coin becomes. A bright, uncirculated penny can easily fetch hundreds, while a rare error or perfect condition example can reach incredible sums. The San Francisco proof pennies, struck with extra care and shine, remain highly desirable. They were never meant for circulation, making them limited and collectible from the start. Beyond its monetary value, the 1980 penny connects generations. It's a coin that your parents or grandparents might have used, yet one that today's collectors still chase. It carries nostalgia and history in every glint of copper. For new collectors, examining pennies like the 1980 Lincoln cent is a perfect starting point. They're affordable, accessible, and filled with rich stories waiting to be uncovered. Even the packaging and presentation of proof sets from that year are collectible, especially if they remain sealed and untouched. The thrill of finding a rare 1980 penny often begins with curiosity, a glimmer in your change jar, a coin that looks just a little different. That moment of discovery is what makes coin collecting such a fascinating journey. Whether it's an off-center strike or a mirror-sharp proof coin, every variation adds personality to this humble cent. Each one tells its own chapter of minting history. So next time you come across a 1980 penny, take a closer look. You might just be holding a forgotten gem from the past. The tiniest details, a mint mark, a shine, a strike, can make all the difference. Collectors continue to seek out these coins at auctions, conventions, and online markets. Their enduring popularity proves that even the smallest coins can hold the biggest surprises. If you have a 1980 Lincoln penny tucked away, it might be worth checking its condition and rarity. That unassuming copper piece could turn out to be far more valuable than you think. And now, the question you've been waiting for: how much can a rare and flawless 1980 Lincoln 1-cent penny be worth? Well, a perfectly preserved specimen with exceptional quality and rarity has sold for an astounding amount, reaching up to $100,000. So, check your coins carefully. You might have a treasure hiding in your collection. Comment below about your own coins, and we'll help you find out more about them. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, share your thoughts in the comments, and give this video a big like to support our journey into the fascinating world of rare and valuable coins. Top 2. In the year 1981, America was experiencing change, progress, and innovation, and tucked quietly within pockets, purses, and drawers across the country was a small but powerful symbol of the nation's endurance: the Lincoln 1-cent penny. Though it might appear ordinary, the 1981 Lincoln penny carries stories of craftsmanship, history, and unexpected fortune hidden in its copper shine. The Lincoln cent had already been circulating for more than 7 decades by 1981, becoming one of the most beloved coins in the history of the United States. Designed by the talented sculptor Victor David Brenner, the coin's image of Abraham Lincoln stood as a lasting tribute to leadership, courage, and unity. By 1981, the mint was producing enormous quantities of pennies. Yet not all of them were identical. Some bore subtle minting differences, and a few carried unique qualities that would one day make collectors' hearts race. Little did the mint know that the 1981 issue would mark the end of an era. The final year the Lincoln penny would be struck in 95% copper before the major composition change that came in 1982. That makes the 1981 penny the last of the true copper Lincoln cents, and this fact alone gives it a special place in numismatic history. For collectors, that distinction adds a nostalgic and valuable edge to what might seem like just another coin. Each 1981 penny weighs 3.11 grams, composed mostly of copper with a touch of zinc. Its beautiful reddish tone and smooth texture make it a classic example of late 20th century coin artistry. The obverse, featuring Lincoln's profile, symbolizes steadfast American values, while the reverse displays the majestic Lincoln Memorial, a design so detailed that Lincoln's statue can even be seen if you look closely. This coin was minted in 3 major facilities: Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. The Philadelphia coins carried no mint mark, the Denver coins featured the letter D, and the San Francisco Mint produced proof versions for collectors, marked with an elegant S. While millions were struck, only a fraction have survived in flawless condition. The slightest scratch or discoloration can greatly reduce a penny's worth, but a pristine, untouched coin can be worth far more than its humble face value. Collectors especially cherish the proof coins minted in San Francisco. These pieces were carefully struck multiple times, resulting in mirror-like surfaces and sharp, crisp details. When preserved perfectly, they gleam with a beauty few everyday coins can match. Era coins from 1981 also attract great attention. Some pennies feature double die obverse errors, off-center strikes, or misaligned dies. These minting mistakes, while unintentional, make each coin unique and can raise its value dramatically. Imagine finding a 1981 Lincoln penny with a bold double image on Lincoln's date or motto. That's not a trick of light, that's a genuine error worth investigating. Such discoveries have turned ordinary finds into valuable collectibles overnight. One fascinating thing about the 1981 penny is that it bridges 2 important eras. It represents the final year of solid copper cents before the mint transition to zinc-based coins in 1982, a change driven by rising metal costs. As a result, many see the 1981 penny as the last true Lincoln, before modern compositions took over. The copper composition gives these pennies a rich tone and feel that later coins simply don't have. When you hold a 1981 penny, you're holding a piece of the last chapter of traditional American minting. Because of that transition, collectors hunt for the finest examples of 1981 pennies in every grade. Uncirculated pieces with glowing red luster and minimal marks are considered treasures. Many of these coins have been professionally graded and encapsulated by organizations like PCGS or NGC. A top-grade 1981 penny can fetch prices that surprise even experienced collectors. Proof pennies from 1981s are especially prized when they show the Type 2 mint mark, a sharper, clearer version of the S. These Type 2 proofs are much rarer and far more desirable than the earlier Type 1 versions with a blob-like S. Collectors who understand these tiny differences know that small details can mean big money. That's what makes coin collecting such an exciting adventure. Hidden treasures can appear in the most unexpected places. Stories circulate among enthusiasts about lucky finds. 1981 pennies pulled from old jars, drawers, or rolls that turned out to be worth hundreds or even thousands due to condition or rarity. The thrill of searching through your spare change, only to find a nearly perfect 1981 penny, is something collectors live for. That sense of discovery never fades. The Lincoln design, even after decades, continues to inspire. Its elegant simplicity and symbolism remind people of how one man's leadership shaped the nation, and how his image endures on billions of coins that circulate through every corner of America. The 1981 penny also stands as a tribute to the craftsmanship of U.S. mint engravers. Every line on Lincoln's face, every column on the memorial, tells a story of skill, dedication, and national pride. Over the years, auctions have featured 1981 Lincoln pennies that sold for impressive amounts, especially those in top condition or with rare errors. When experts verify that a coin is near perfect, its value can soar. It's fascinating to think that a coin once used to buy a gumball could now be worth a small fortune. That's the magic of numismatics, the study and collection of coins that connect the past to the present. Even though 1981 pennies are easy to find in circulation, only a select few are truly exceptional. Spotting one of those gems requires a keen eye and patience, but the reward can be incredible. Every collector dreams of discovering a coin that stands out from the rest, something that tells its own story of survival, rarity, and value. The 1981 Lincoln penny offers exactly that kind of opportunity. If you've ever wondered whether your old pennies could be worth something, now's the perfect time to look. That little copper coin in your change jar might hold more history and value than you imagine. Collectors recommend checking for full luster, sharp strikes, and any doubling in the lettering or date. These small details could make all the difference between a regular penny and a valuable one. And while millions of 1981 pennies exist, only the finest and rarest ones command huge sums when they hit the auction block. These are the coins that become the centerpiece of collections. So, if you come across a shiny, well-preserved 1981 Lincoln penny, take a moment to appreciate it. It's not just a piece of copper, it's a piece of America's story, minted at the crossroads of history and change. And now, for the moment you've been waiting for, the value. A rare, flawless, and exceptional condition 1981 Lincoln 1-cent penny has been known to reach a staggering amount of $96,000. So check your coins carefully. You might have a hidden treasure waiting to be discovered. Comment below about your own coins, and we'll gladly help you learn more about them. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel, share your thoughts in the comments, and give this video a big like to keep supporting our journey through the fascinating world of rare and valuable coins. Top 3. In 1983, a simple copper-colored coin rolled off the presses of the United States Mint, a coin so ordinary that few people ever stopped to think about it. Yet today, that very coin, the 1983 Lincoln 1-cent penny, has become the center of incredible stories in the world of coin collecting. Hidden among billions of pennies, a few of these tiny treasures have turned out to be worth an astonishing amount of money. The Lincoln cent has always held a special place in American history. First introduced in 1909 to honor the 100th birthday of Abraham Lincoln, it became the first U.S. coin to feature a real person's portrait. Designed by Victor David Brenner, the penny's simple yet meaningful design still stands as a tribute to honesty, leadership, and perseverance. By 1983, the Lincoln penny had already gone through major changes. Just 1 year earlier, in 1982, the U.S. Mint made a dramatic switch from solid copper coins to zinc coins coated with a thin layer of copper. This change was made because the rising price of copper made it too expensive to continue producing pennies from that metal. That's what makes the 1983 penny such a fascinating piece of American coinage. While most 1983 pennies are made from copper-plated zinc, a few rare ones were accidentally struck on leftover solid copper planchets from 1982. These rare mistakes are among the most valuable modern pennies ever discovered. Imagine this: a coin that was meant to be ordinary but accidentally became a rarity because of a minting mix-up. Collectors dream of finding one of these elusive 1983 copper pennies because they can sell for an incredible amount of money when verified by grading services. The story of the 1983 Lincoln penny teaches us that even the smallest details can change everything. Most 1983 pennies weigh around 2.5 grams because they're made of zinc. But the rare copper versions weigh about 3.1 grams, just like older pennies. That tiny weight difference is the key to unlocking their hidden fortune. When people first started discovering these 1983 copper pennies, many thought it was a myth. After all, how could such a small error go unnoticed by the mint? But coin collectors and experts soon confirmed their existence, making them one of the most talked about minting errors in modern history. If you have a 1983 penny at home, the first thing to do is check its weight. You don't need fancy equipment, just a simple digital scale that measures grams. If your coin weighs around 3.1 grams, you might be holding a rare copper penny worth thousands. The beauty of the Lincoln penny's design only adds to its charm. On the obverse side, you see the familiar portrait of Abraham Lincoln, gazing with calm dignity. Above his head are the words, "In God We Trust," a motto that has been part of every Lincoln cent since its debut. On the reverse side sits the stunning Lincoln Memorial, an American landmark that symbolizes freedom and unity. The attention to detail is remarkable. If you look closely with a magnifying glass, you can even see the tiny statue of Lincoln seated inside the memorial. In 1983, pennies were minted in 3 locations: Philadelphia, no mint mark, Denver, D, and San Francisco, S for proof coins. The Philadelphia and Denver mints struck hundreds of millions of coins, but only a few of those rare copper planchet errors have been found. Proof coins from the San Francisco Mint, known for their mirror-like finish and sharp detail, were made primarily for collectors. These coins, when kept in perfect condition, also hold great value, especially if they display any form of minting anomaly. Error coins have always fascinated collectors because they tell a story of imperfection with imprecision. The 1983 double-die reverse penny is another example. On these coins, you can see doubling on the word 1 cent and the phrase e pluribus unum. Such doubling is caused when the coin's die shifts slightly during minting. These double-die varieties add a layer of excitement to the hunt for rare 1983 pennies. Each one tells a story about how even machines can make human-like mistakes that turn ordinary metal into treasures. Coin collectors love the thrill of searching through rolls of pennies, hoping to find that one coin that stands out, a coin that carries both historical and financial value. The 1983 penny has become a modern legend in this world of discovery. The transition from copper to zinc in 1982 marked the beginning of a new era for American coinage. But for those who collect coins, the rare 1983 copper penny serves as a bridge between two worlds: the classic craftsmanship of the past and the modern efficiency of the future. Even today, people still check their change, hoping to catch a glimpse of one of these elusive coins. Videos, news articles, and collector forums are filled with stories of lucky finds that turn spare change into life-changing discoveries. The condition of the coin, as always, plays a crucial role in its value. A well-preserved coin with its original reddish luster can be worth many times more than one that's worn or scratched. Coins graded as mint state are especially prized. Every time someone discovers one of these rare coins, it reignites passion in the hobby. It's proof that numismatics is not just about money, it's about discovery, history, and curiosity. So, the next time you come across a 1983 penny, don't just toss it into a jar. Take a closer look. You might be holding something extraordinary, something that connects you to history in the most unexpected way. Check its weight, study its color, and look for any signs of doubling. Because who knows? Your 1 cent could be hiding a story worth a fortune. And now for the exciting part. A rare and flawless 1983 Lincoln 1 cent penny has been known to sell for an incredible amount of $88,000. So go ahead, check your pocket change and coin jars. You might be sitting on a hidden treasure waiting to be discovered. Comment below about your own coins so we can help you learn more about them. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel and like this video to stay part of our journey through the fascinating world of rare and valuable coins. Top 4. In 1986, a small copper-colored coin quietly entered circulation across the United States. A coin that millions of people used every day without realizing the hidden value some of them carried. It was the Lincoln 1 cent penny, a coin that looked ordinary but, in rare cases, could be worth a surprising fortune. Today, we'll explore the story of the 1986 Lincoln penny, its history, its hidden errors, and why collectors are still searching for this tiny treasure. The Lincoln penny is one of the longest-running coins in U.S. history. First minted in 1909 to honor Abraham Lincoln's 100th birthday, it replaced the Indian head cent and instantly became one of the most popular coins ever made. Designed by Victor David Brenner, its simple yet powerful design continues to stand the test of time. By 1986, the Lincoln cent had already undergone major changes. Just a few years earlier, in 1982, the U.S. Mint had switched from making pennies out of solid copper to a cheaper zinc composition coated with a thin layer of copper. This new version weighed less and cost less to produce, but it still carried the familiar image of America's 16th president. On the obverse side, you'll find Abraham Lincoln's dignified profile, surrounded by the words, "In God We Trust," and "Liberty," with the date 1986 marking its creation. The reverse displays the Grand Lincoln Memorial, with every detail carefully engraved, including a tiny image of the Lincoln statue inside the memorial if you look closely. The 1986 penny was minted in 3 locations: Philadelphia, no mint mark; Denver, D mint mark; and San Francisco, S mint mark for proofs. Each mint had its own production numbers, but only a few coins from that year have gained attention for their incredible rarity and value. At first glance, most 1986 pennies appear identical. But the world of coin collecting is full of surprises. Certain minting errors, varieties, and exceptional conditions have turned a few 1986 pennies into highly prized collectibles. Collectors especially look for error coins, those struck with mistakes that make them unique. Some 1986 pennies have been found with double dies, off-center strikes, or even plating bubbles that formed during minting. These imperfections, rather than lowering the coin's value, make them stand out and become more desirable. A double die error, for instance, occurs when the coin's design is struck twice by the die but slightly out of alignment. The result? You'll notice doubling in the date, the lettering, or other design elements. Tiny details that could mean a huge difference in value. Another fascinating error seen in some 1986 pennies is an off-center strike, where the coin's design doesn't align properly with the edges. The more dramatic the misalignment, the higher the collector's interest. Proof coins from the San Francisco Mint also attract special attention. These coins were struck multiple times using polished dies, giving them a mirror-like shine and sharp details. A 1986 S-proof penny kept in perfect condition can be a real gem in any collection. Condition plays a huge role in determining value. A circulated penny that's been used for years might only be worth a cent or two, but one kept in pristine, uncirculated condition can sell for much more. Coins graded as mint state by professional grading services are especially valuable. Collectors examine these coins under magnification, searching for tiny imperfections, or the lack thereof. A coin with flawless surfaces and full, original red luster can easily attract competitive bids at auctions. It's fascinating how something as common as a penny can hold so much potential. Every time someone picks up a 1986 penny from their change, they could unknowingly be holding a rare piece of numismatic history. The zinc-based pennies of the mid-1980s are particularly interesting because they tend to corrode or spot easily. Finding one in perfect, untouched condition is quite rare, and that rarity drives its value higher. Many collectors have reported finding unusual 1986 pennies with die cracks or plating errors. These coins tell stories of the minting process and the mechanical precision behind every cent that leaves the presses. In the 1980s, the mint was modernizing rapidly. New machinery, faster production, and stricter quality controls meant that minting errors became less frequent, but when they did occur, they were more noticeable and more collectible. The 1986 penny stands as a symbol of this modern minting era, balancing old traditions with new technology. It might not look different from the pennies you use today, but the potential value of rare examples keeps collectors searching. Some of the most valuable 1986 pennies discovered so far have been those struck on the wrong metal planchet, like a copper one instead of zinc. These minting errors are extremely rare, but when authenticated, they can bring jaw-dropping prices at auction. Imagine finding a penny in your change jar that turns out to be a minting error from nearly 4 decades ago. That's the kind of discovery that every collector dreams of making. What makes the Lincoln penny so fascinating is its accessibility. Anyone can collect them. You don't need to be an expert or spend a fortune to start. You just need curiosity, patience, and a keen eye for detail. The 1986 penny, though often overlooked, is a perfect example of why coin collecting never loses its charm. Hidden gems can appear anywhere, waiting to be noticed by someone who cares enough to look closer. As decades pass, even common coins become pieces of history. Each one carries traces of the time it was made, its materials, its design, and the world it circulated in. If you have a collection of old pennies, it's always worth taking a second look. Pay attention to the year, the mint mark, and the coin's condition. You never know what you might uncover. Professional grading and authentication services can confirm whether your coin has special traits or errors that increase its value. Many lucky collectors have discovered rare coins hiding in plain sight, tucked away for years. The 1986 Lincoln penny reminds us that even the smallest things can carry big stories. From minting innovations to accidental errors, it represents both precision and chance, a perfect blend that makes collecting so exciting. Even today, enthusiasts continue to search through rolls of pennies, hoping to find that one extraordinary piece that changes everything. And yes, the 1986 penny still has that potential. So before you dismiss that shiny coin in your wallet, take a closer look. It might not just be worth a cent, it could be something much more. The world of rare coins is full of surprises, and the 1986 penny stands as proof that even in modern times, treasures can still be found in the most ordinary places. And now, here's the exciting part. A rare and flawless 1986 Lincoln 1-cent penny has sold for an astonishing amount of $81,000. So start checking your pennies today. Your own collection might be hiding a rare and valuable gem. Comment below about your own coins so we can help you learn more about them. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel, leave a comment, and give this video a big like to support our journey into the amazing world of rare and valuable coins. Top 5. In 2006, the United States Mint released a coin that most Americans barely noticed, a small, copper-plated zinc penny featuring the familiar face of Abraham Lincoln. It was simple, common, and used every day in stores and cash registers across the country. But what if I told you that among those billions of coins, a few rare 2006 Lincoln 1-cent pennies have turned out to be worth a fortune? Yes, this seemingly ordinary coin can be a hidden treasure waiting to be discovered. The Lincoln penny has been in circulation for more than a century. First introduced in 1909 to celebrate the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth, it became the first U.S. coin to feature a real person's portrait. Designed by Victor David Brenner, the Lincoln cent has survived world wars, metal shortages, and economic changes, making it one of the most iconic coins ever made. By 2006, the penny's design had become a symbol of American tradition. On the obverse side, we still see Abraham Lincoln's strong profile, accompanied by the words, "In God We Trust," above, and "Liberty" beside him. The date 2006 marks its year of minting, reminding us how enduring this little coin has been. In 2006, the Lincoln penny was produced at two primary mints, Philadelphia and Denver. The Philadelphia pennies carry no mint mark, while those from Denver feature a small D under the date. Both mints produced hundreds of millions of coins that year, ensuring plenty of pennies circulated across America. The 2006 Lincoln penny was struck from a composition of 97.5% zinc and 2.5% copper plating. This composition began in 1982, after the mint switched from the heavier, solid copper cents of earlier years. Though the materials changed, the artistry and attention to detail remained the same. Among the most desirable 2006 pennies are those with minting errors. Some have been found with doubled dies, where the design appears slightly duplicated due to a misalignment during minting. Others show off center strikes, broad strikes, or die cracks that make each coin one of a kind. Sometimes, coins even leave the mint with a misaligned die or a plating issue, creating fascinating texture differences. These subtle imperfections turn ordinary coins into pieces of numismatic history. Proof versions of the 2006 penny were also minted at the San Francisco Mint, identified by the S Mint mark. Proof coins are struck multiple times on specially prepared planchets, giving them a mirror-like surface and razor-sharp detail. These proof coins are often sold directly to collectors in mint sets, and when kept in perfect condition, they can become very valuable over time. If you have a proof 2006 penny still sealed in its original packaging, it might be worth a closer look. Collectors use a grading scale to determine condition, with mint state, MS, coins representing the finest examples. A 2006 penny graded MS 68 or higher can be extremely desirable, especially if it's free of scratches or spots. Even though 2006 doesn't seem far in the past, high-quality examples are becoming harder to find. Most circulated coins have small nicks and dull finishes, while perfectly preserved coins have become rare over time. Another interesting aspect of 2006 pennies is their role in the final years before the design changed. Just 3 years later, in 2009, the U.S. Mint released a series of special reverse designs to celebrate Lincoln's 200th birthday. That means the 2006 penny represents one of the last standard Lincoln Memorial reverse designs. That historical significance adds another layer of appeal for collectors. The 2006 penny sits at the end of an era, a final chapter before the coin's design transformed into a celebration of Lincoln's life and legacy. For coin enthusiasts, searching for these special pennies isn't just about profit, it's about discovery. Every coin tells a story, and sometimes, even the smallest details can reveal something extraordinary. Collectors often use magnifying glasses to inspect each coin carefully. A slight doubling, an unusual strike, or even a shine that seems too perfect could indicate something special. Over the years, several 2006 Lincoln pennies with rare errors have surfaced at auctions, selling for jaw-dropping prices. The excitement of those discoveries keeps collectors hopeful that another hidden gem is still out there, waiting to be found. The 2006 penny also reminds us how fascinating coin collecting can be. It shows how history, craftsmanship, and chance can come together to turn an everyday object into something truly valuable. Even if you're new to collecting, the Lincoln penny is the perfect place to start. It's affordable, accessible, and full of surprises that make every find thrilling. Many coin enthusiasts began their collections simply by sorting through change, looking for unusual colors, sharp details, or errors. Some of those casual searches have led to incredible discoveries. If you have a jar of old pennies at home, now's the time to check them. Look carefully for any 2006 coins with brilliant luster, sharp edges, or unique marks. They could be worth more than you think. It's also wise to weigh your coins if you suspect an error. Sometimes pennies are struck on the wrong metal planchet, making their weight slightly different, a rare and valuable mistake. Every collector dreams of finding a coin that changes everything. The 2006 Lincoln penny is proof that such discoveries are still possible, even in the modern age. This coin, though young compared to others, has already earned a place in numismatic history thanks to its errors, beauty, and the excitement it brings to treasure hunters everywhere. So before you overlook that shiny penny in your change, take another look. It might be more special than it seems. You could be holding a hidden piece of history right in your hand. And now for the most exciting part. A rare and flawless 2006 Lincoln 1-cent penny has sold for an incredible amount of $41,000. So check your coins carefully. You never know what might be sitting in your own collection. Comment below about your own coins so we can help you find out more about them. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel, share your thoughts in the comments, and give this video a big like to support our journey through the amazing world of rare and valuable coins.